Home to fearsome winds and brutal ice, the Gale of Teeth is a wide expanse of land scythed by the terrible windstorms that gave this place its name. Very little animal life, if any, calls this place home, due to the unpredictable weather. Occasional calms will lull the unwary into a false sense of safety, only to be shredded by squalls of ice shards. Shards may be an incorrect term to identify the long, spear-shaped hail that seem to swarm with an almost deliberate malignancy. Travel through this region is hazardous, even on good days, and downright impossible otherwise. Only the stringently prepared or the extremely foolhardy would attempt the challenging passage willingly. It is uncertain why this localized phenomenon happens or where the cause comes from. Some fear this may be a cry of the world mind from a bygone mystery. Others say it is the work of powerful spirits enraged over an unknown crime. The most prevalent belief is that this may be caused by the breath of a titanic beast the size of mountains. Although it doesn't look possible, the Gale of Teeth isn't completely void of life. Even in the midst of the flesh-rending blasts that seem to scour the landscape perpetually, there are some that call this madness home. Camouflaged perfectly within the swirling nightmare of ice-bladed squalls roams an additional terror, a chaotic swirl of freezing winds and tearing ice. WhirlBites insanely dance throughout the chilling rush in search of prey. Ordinarily given away by the constant tinkling, icy rattle within, it goes virtually unheard of in the violent churn of the gale. None can tell when and where they are coming from once they've found a target, but they are an ever-present threat. Whether they are malignant spirits or elementals driven insane by some strange event, a predatory hunger exudes from them. Throughout the roiling turbulence of ice and wind, frigid white slits, believed to be eyes, burn with feral cunning. It is unknown if they communicate, since those that are unlucky enough to encounter one are more focused on survival than conversation. Tracking the relatively warm breath of their prey, WhirlBites stay just out of sight, waiting for the perfect time to strike. Its attacks consist of either throwing pelting hail at their target or slashing with shards of ice to slowly wear them down. If they are of a sufficient size, the WhirlBite will attempt to envelop them in their whirling form, seeking to shred the victim to pieces before consuming it. Aside from the usual traveling gear needed to cross Kandris's frigid surface, special preparations must be made to increase the odds of surviving a trek through the gale. While nothing is foolproof, these items will make the foray more manageable. Recommendations include the following. FlareFake. The FlareFake is a clever survival implement used by seasoned wanderers of the gale. Suspended from a long wire or string, this hovering orb glows with a subtle warmth, mimicking the body heat of a living creature. WhirlBites, ever drawn to warmth amidst the frost, perceive it as prey and instinctively pursue it. Once released, the FlareFake drifts with the wind, flickering erratically like a wounded animal. This allows the user precious seconds, sometimes minutes, to retreat or reposition. The trick lies in timing. Drop it too soon, and the WhirlBite loses interest. Too late, and your breath becomes the beacon. Spiral. More than just a deterrent, the spiral is a fiery countermeasure designed for those willing to fight the storm's wrath. Shaped like a coiled disc of resin and metal powder, it is activated and thrown like a discus. Once airborne, it ignites into a spinning blaze, spiraling through the icy wind like a comet of fire. When it strikes or nears a WhirlBite's core, the spiral combusts in a brilliant burst, incinerating the entity's fragile center. Some say the fire within these devices is infused with embers from Shalimbrim's chalice, giving them their searing potency. Windward Rune. Forged by Druga rune carvers of Mount Calry, the Windward Rune is a small stone etched with the sacred symbols of wind and protection. When activated, usually by grasping the stone, it generates a shimmering barrier that deflects gales, debris, and even the razor hail of the Gale of Teeth. The barrier isn't indestructible, but it buys valuable time, especially during sudden squalls or WhirlBite assaults. The runes must be recharged after use, typically by having the user focus their concentration into it for 1 hour. Claw Boots. The claw boots are standard issue for those mad or brave enough to traverse the gale. Reinforced with heavy leather and lined with heat-retaining moss, these boots feature strong metal talons on their soles. Each claw is designed to dig into ice, rock or wind-scoured terrain, allowing the wearer to maintain footing in hurricane-force winds. The Druga first developed these boots while traversing the blustery cliffs of their mountain homes, but their utility in storm-heavy regions like the Gale made them popular among explorers and smugglers alike. Guiding Star. In a place where landmarks vanish in whiteout confusion and every step risks disorientation or death, the Guiding Star offers something rare in the Gale: direction. Housed in a small, ornate round box etched with directional glyphs, this device summons a glowing star-shaped light that hovers just above the user's head. The star drifts purposefully in the direction of the user's intended goal, but only if that goal is held with focus and clarity. The more determined the mind, the brighter and more accurate the star's guidance becomes. Whispers say the Guiding Star is psionically tuned to the world mind itself, briefly bending fate to illuminate safe passage. But be warned, lose focus, and the star dims, leaving you to the mercy of the storm.